Fly Me to Paris by Helga Jensen. Read by Ffion Aynsley.
To the woman who once carried a BOAC bag around London so that people would assume she was a glamorous air hostess of the 60s. This is dedicated to my late mother Jan, who always encouraged me to see the world. Everyone has a soulmate. You just have to find them. Chapter 1. The customers who come into Little Darlings aren't always as the name would imply. Perhaps I should have expected the patrons to be a teeny bit demanding when I took the job at an exclusive children's designer wear boutique in Cardiff. But the tantrums I have to witness are worse than anything I've seen on Real Housewives. Even the episodes when the ladies have imbibed too much Sauvignon. Of course, it isn't only the children who are demanding. The mums can be worse. This morning, we had a bit of a scene in the shop because we didn't have a matching handbag for a girl's red velvet dress. There were tears and the stamping of feet, as though the whole cast of Riverdance were tapping along beside me. And that was just from Mum. The poor beauty salon that rents out the basement below us has to listen to so many feet stomp around all day. I do feel sorry for them. It can't be very pampering for the clients when they're getting their lashes extended by 3 feet and trying to listen to relaxing whale music. Whilst I am busy in the fitting room trying to put 10 little dresses on hangers, after they were thrown on the floor, the bell on the door rings as it flies open. I watch the mother and her mini-me daughter as they enter the shop. I love seeing mums out shopping with their daughters. How I wish I had a lovely little girl I could dress up and spoil. Sadly, it is too late for children now. With all those weird twinges I'm getting in my ovaries, I'm sure my eggs are failing by the day. What a waste. Sometimes I feel I should have at least donated my eggs. That is, if they ever worked. But I guess now I will never find out. You could say the decision not to try for a baby is the only niggle in my relationship with my lovely boyfriend, Geraint. Apart from that, we are the perfect match. It isn't always easy when only one of you wants a family with children, dogs, and a hamster. Sadly, Geraint seems to be allergic to anything furry, or for that matter, that makes a noise. But, as he always tries to convince me, why do we need anyone else in our lives when we have each other? I smile and look back at the mum and her lovely daughter. That is one of the things I like about working here. That at least I get to spend time with children, and I don't even have to spend long with the naughty ones. I much prefer it here to my last job, doing administration for a plumber. It was so stressful telling people on the phone that their estimate for a new boiler would be £3,500, plus labour. The stories that people told you as to why they couldn't afford their boiler repairs were heartbreaking. If I were rich, I would have paid for their boilers myself. In fact, at one point, I went through a phase of buying lottery tickets so that I could donate new boilers to the elderly. Then, one day, a lady called Jane rang. She needed a boiler for her shop and told me about her new venture. That is how we met. We got on well from the beginning, and I never had to charge the elderly for a basic essential need again. I still wish I could hand out free boilers, though. It is so different here at Little Darlings, where people are excited to spend money. Immediately, I can tell this mum and her daughter are on a mission to spend. They have that look of determination we see here so often. I leave them to pull out a few items and watch them discreetly in case they need some help. I always try to be as helpful as I can for Jane's sake. Her parents left her some money, and she invested it all in Little Darlings, which, since the days of that boiler installation, has so far been a great success. Little Darlings is now featured in all the fancy magazines, and anyone who is anyone shops here. Although some customers can be more demanding than others. In fact, I have a foreboding sense that I will be required to put my diplomatic skills to good use at any moment. I smile at the mum in front of me and offer the little girl a marshmallow from the glass jar by the till. "Ta," she says. At least she said thank you. It's surprising how many youngsters don't nowadays. "Do you have this at age 9? Asks the wealthy-looking mum. She holds a red tartan dress up with one arm. A designer bag hangs from her other muscular arm. "Let me check what we have in the stockroom," I say. The mini-me daughter looks at me and smiles. What a sweetie. I rummage through the designer children's wear searching for the right age, but I only have bad news to deliver. "I'm so sorry. No, we don't have any left. I think that particular dress was handmade by artisan tailors in Peru, or was it Nepal? I can never remember. But yes, I'm afraid that means we can't order any more in. Would you like something like this?" I ask, searching through the racks for a similar designer dress, with a slightly smaller check, that I know we have in stock. Jane always trained me to offer an alternative when something isn't available, although I would anyway. Such an angelic smile on this little girl. I am very keen to find her something she will like. "This looks lovely on," I say with a smile. The little girl gives me a look that scarily reminds me of Veruca Salt in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Her angelic smile has suddenly disappeared. "Is that a joke? Mummy and I chose that dress. We don't want any old dress off the rack for my birthday. It's artisan or nothing." I know I should hide my expression, but my face must give away my shock at her outburst. I stumble over my words for a moment and don't know what to say. I didn't even know about artisan tailors when I was her age. "Oh, I am so sorry. I stutter. "Tabby was only telling you what she was looking for. What's that big face for? What's your name?" demands the mum. Penny," I manage. "Well, Penny, I came to this shop because it has an excellent reputation. But I think you need to improve your customer service skills. I shall be leaving a review on the shop's Facebook page. Come on, Tabby, let's go," says the mum. Young Tabby gives me evil stares, then glares with equal hatred at the beautiful antique wooden rocking horse we have beside the shop window. Jane has owned it since childhood. She was a little hesitant to put it in the shop at first, but all the children love it, even the stroppy ones. It usually calms them down on the way out if they don't get what they want. But it doesn't seem to have that effect on little Tabby. In fact, it seems to incense her further. "Ugh! Stop staring at me, rocking horse," says Tabby. Then, I look on in complete shock as she grabs his beautiful leather reins and tries to snap them. Sorry, that's quite precious. Can you be careful, please?" I say. Tabby doesn't listen, and instead kicks the beautiful rocking horse on the leg, leaving a big black mark and flaking off some of his cream paint. "Oh my goodness," I say. Tabby and her mother don't care. They leave the shop like a pair of posh thugs. "Poor Smokey," I say, stroking his mane as if it will make everything better. I love Smokey as if he were one of the dogs at the shelter I help out at. Helping at the shelter is one of the highlights of my existence in this world. I suppose I have always liked to help people and animals. Perhaps it is having sick parents that made me want to save the world and everyone in it. If I could cure cancer with my bare hands, I would. But for now, it is Smokey who is in need of help. I worry about the chipped paint. Jane is going to be in bits if she finds out that a little devil has ruined a leg on her childhood rocking horse. What a mean little girl. I scold myself for not calling them back. I'm 50 years old and didn't have the courage to summon a little 9-year-old back. What on earth? I shouldn't have allowed the pair to leave. I should have got Tabby's mum to pay for the damage. How could her mum not tell her off? She clearly saw what she did. This will surely have to go to a specialist repair shop. For a moment, I wonder if that repair shop on the telly could fix it. Any excuse to meet the lovely presenter, Jay Blades. I will have to think of something. I take a photo of the damage and send it to Geraint. He knows the answer to everything. He will know what to do. How can I fix it? He doesn't answer. I don't know why he can't answer my calls when his phone is never far away, but I get on with the rest of the day. Despite a dramatic morning, the afternoon gets slightly better. I sell 3 party dresses and 2 of our best-selling skirts. I mentally add up all the commissions in my head. Hopefully, it will be enough for a bit of petrol to get to work next month.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?